gave us money to start up a branch of Elite in Bangkok, Thailand. That wasn't just to start a branch, but it was actually to benefit an indigenous foundation out there.
The SCRF is basically the Sustainable Development Research Foundation. Their purpose is pretty much to help out the most marginalized areas of Thailand.
All those things is what a foundation like the SCRF can give to people like this. It opens doors for them, and it enables them to walk through the doors.
Kidworks is an after-school program here in Santa Ana that offers classes to both students and to parents to help them further their education.
Most of our families make between the range of $10,000 to $15,000 in a year. My rent, personal rent, I live on that street, is $1,200 a month. So that would be close to 98% of their entire year's earnings would go strictly to rent.
They contacted SAT places like Elite. Obviously, they need people to come in and teach these classes as an in-kind donation, as they are a nonprofit organization. These students aren't paying for the classes. The area that I've seen the most growth in the students here has been their growth of motivation and a growth in their desire to succeed. Certainly, we've seen a few hundred points here and there on the SAT. But I think what's much more important than that is that I've seen students who came into class not wanting to go to college, not really understanding what college was, and at this point, very close to taking the SAT, they now have the motivation to go to college. And I feel like the greatest improvement that we've seen has been in fundamentally what a student thinks about education and what education means to that particular student.
My name's Dennis Ortega. I'm the Executive Director of the Lincoln Heights Tutoring Program. Lincoln Heights is located just a little bit outside of Chinatown, and so it's in the part of the East Los Angeles area. We've been working with after-school programs, serving children and teenagers through various kinds of programs, from tutoring to youth clubs, community service, college preparation. Everything that we do and our focus is to get them prepared for college and to encourage them to bring resources to them. Some folks came with the understanding that there could be some help or needs for SAT. And so YoungNAC was moving into the arena of providing free SAT classes for students within the neighborhood.
All of the teachers are volunteers from YoungNAC Celebration Church, which is in the Lincoln Heights community. In the spring, we do a 7-week SAT prep for them, which includes math, writing, and critical reading. And then in the fall, we combine that with a UC College Application Workshop, where they get paired up either one-on-one or in a small group with a volunteer to review their college application essays. These students are going to college and they're deciding what they're going to do for their career and what they're going to be when they grow up. And since I am an engineer, since I've gone through college, it is something that I was able to share with them about my experience in college. I was able to answer questions about different kinds of classes they're going to take with math and reading and other types of things. So the curriculum for the SAT program was provided by Elite, and it was actually very great. It really helped provide a structure for teaching. So rather than having to come up with our own lesson plans every week, we had an outline of what we were going to be teaching. It is something that we had to go back and refresh ourselves with, but because there was a structure, because it was consistent for all the classes, it really did help with making sure that the students had the same level of teaching. So we had 2 training sessions, one in the spring. The training in the spring was for the math, critical reading, and writing sections, and Elite instructors came and trained, kind of showed our volunteer teachers different classroom techniques and different ways to approach the subjects. In the fall, then there was also a UC application essay training, and this was probably one of the most useful and helpful training programs for the teachers, because not all the teachers went to UC schools and not all of them are experts in writing essays. So over the course of the term, the students improved quite a bit, 200 to 300 points actually. They only had 2 tests. They took the diagnostic test, mid-level test, and the final test. So there was one girl, Z, who was in one of my math classes, and she did really well. Her math score was high, and she improved quite a bit on her writing and critical reading scores. She ended up getting a 1700 on the SAT, and she actually got accepted to UC Berkeley. So she's going to be going there this fall. It's actually been a really great experience for me overall. It's really fun, it's satisfying just to get to meet the students, to see them, do well and to learn and to, eventually go to college. But I think the other thing for me is that I've actually gotten a lot more involved with the actual community of Lincoln Heights. So I also do another program on Sundays with some of the kids here, and it's helped me to really get to know and experience this community and all the richness that it brings.